Dear students and subscribers, I welcome you all in my channel. My today's topic is determination of R as absolute configuration of chiral center by using mnemonic 4b plus. In 4b plus, there are three parts are there. First, it is one number 4. 4 stands for the fourth priority group at the chiral center. Next, coming to B. B stands for the back, means oriented at the back side away from the viewer. And the plus means if 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, if they are arranged clockwise, when the fourth priority group is at the back, in that case it will be considered as a R. And 1, 2, 3, if these three groups are oriented at the anti-clockwise, then it will be considered as S, provided the fourth priority group is pointing at the back. Plus means it is just aligned with the CIP nomenclature proposed by Cahn-Ingold-Prelog. Now let us apply this concept by taking one suitable example. In chiral center, I have taken four groups. OH is the first priority, CHO is the second priority, CH2OH is the third priority, and the hydrogen is the fourth priority, which is pointing at the back because the hydrogen is at the dotted line. So now in order to determine the absolute configuration of this compound, we can apply 4b plus mnemonic because a fourth priority group is at the back. Now OH to CHO to CH2OH means 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. This arrangement is anti-clockwise. So therefore the absolute configuration of this will be S. So now the question is, there is no guarantee that always the fourth priority group at the chiral center will be pointing back. So the first priority group or second priority group, third priority group, any group can be oriented at the back. So in that case, by using the other mnemonic, we can be able to find out directly without any further operation or exchange of the groups. We can be able to find out the absolute configuration of that center. So let us see what are these mnemonic table. If the fourth priority group is at the back, already I have told it is 4b plus, we can use. If the third priority group is at the back, we can use 3b minus. If second priority group is at the back, we can use 2b plus. If the first priority group is at the back, then we can use 1b minus. So by depending on the situation, whether the fourth priority group, third priority group, second priority group or the first priority group is pointing back, we can use 4b plus, 3b minus, 2b plus or 1b minus in order to find out the R or S absolute configuration of that particular center. Now as already I have explained actually what is the 4b plus. Now let us discuss what is the 3b minus. 3b minus means the third priority group if it is at the back. In that case 1, 2, 2, 2, 4 if it is clockwise, minus means we have to consider it as S. And 1, 2, 2, 2, 4 if it is anti-clockwise, then minus means we have to consider it is R. In exactly similar way, if we are applying 2b plus, then means the second priority group it is at the back. In that case 1, 2, 3, 2, 4 if it is clockwise, plus means R. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4 if it is anti-clockwise, then it will be S. Now coming to the last one, means the 1b minus, means the first priority group is at the back. In that case 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 if it is clockwise, then minus means S. And the 1 if it is at the back, then 2, 2, 3, 2, 4 if it is anti-clockwise, then we have to consider R. So in all these cases, whether we are applying 4b plus, 3b minus, 2b plus or 1b minus, these numbers means the 1, 2, 3, 4 are considered as the reference atoms or reference groups. So when in order to find out the arrangement of the remaining three groups, we should not include this group. Means when we are applying 4b plus, we should not include 4. If we apply 3b minus, we should not include 3. If we apply 2b plus, we should not include 2. If we apply 1b minus, then we have to keep aside 1. Now let us consider those cases where first priority group, second priority group, third priority group or the fourth priority group, they are instead of oriented at the back, they are oriented in front. So in that case also, without exchanging or without doing further operation directly, we can be able to determine R or S absolute configuration for the chiral center. But in that case, let us discuss what will be the mnemonic table. It is just a reverse of the previous one, means if the group is oriented closer to the viewer, means in front F, then 4F minus, 3F plus, 2F minus or 1F plus can be used. So here also, just like previous case, everything is same, means the 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the four numbers which indicates the priority of the four groups at the chiral center. F stands for the front, plus means if the groups are oriented clockwise, then R. If the groups are oriented anti-clockwise, then S. And the minus means if the groups are oriented clockwise, then absolute configuration will be S. If the groups are oriented anti-clockwise, then it will be considered as R. So now coming to the one example. So let us first discuss this one example. Like here, this molecule has two chiral centers. It's a carbohydrate, and the C2 center and the C3 center, there are two chiral centers are there. So let us find out that what is the chiral center absolute configuration for the C2. Now if we see the priority, OH is the first priority, aldehyde is the second priority, and the chain, I mean the C3 and the C4 chain, that is the third priority, and the hydrogen is the fourth priority. So in this zigzag form, the hydrogen is not seen, but we have to understand hydrogen is above the plane. So we can apply the 4F minus. So 4F minus means 4 is the reference atom, we should not touch that 4. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, it is arranged actually anti-clockwise, so therefore it will be R. Now in order to show the utility of this mnemonic table, I have taken the thalidomide as an example, where the carbon attached with the nitrogen is the chiral center. So if we give the first priority, second priority, third and the fourth priority, nitrogen is having the first priority. Then the 2 will be the C double bond O, and the third will be the cyclohexane ring key, which is attached with the CH2, means the opposite to the C double bond O, and the hydrogen is the fourth priority. So this is the hydrogen is pointing down, so we can apply the 4B plus. So if we apply the 4B plus, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, it is coming as clockwise. So therefore, what is the absolute configuration of the thalidomide? In this case, it is R. Now coming to the one carbohydrate which has the three chiral centers, C2, C3 and the C4. By using this mnemonic table, we can find out the absolute configuration of the three centers easily. Now at the C2, the hydrogen is pointing above the plane. So in that case, for the C2, we have to apply the 4F minus and OH to CHO to the C3, C4, C5 chain. That will be the first priority, second priority and the third priority. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, it is anti-clockwise and we have to apply 4F minus, means the C2 center is R. Now coming to the C3 chiral center, here hydrogen means the fourth priority group is at the back, so we can apply 4B plus. So if we determine the priority, OH is the first priority, C2 is the second priority and the C4 is the third priority. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, it is actually coming clockwise and we are going to apply 4B plus. So the absolute configuration of the C3 center is also R. Now coming to the C4 center, that hydrogen fourth priority group is pointing up. So we have to apply the 4F minus. OH is the first priority, C3 is the second priority and the C5 is the third priority, hydrogen is the fourth priority. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, it is anti-clockwise and we are applying 4F minus. So the absolute configuration is R. So in this given carbohydrate, C2, C3, C4 centers all are having the absolute configuration R. Now coming to this amino acid, that side chain of the aromatic ring has one chiral center, where if we see the priority, then nitrogen have the first priority, carboxylic acid has the second priority, aromatic ring has the third priority, and the CH3 has the fourth priority. So now if we apply the 2B plus, then means the carboxylic acid is pointing back, then 1 2 3 2 4. So 1 2 3 2 4 it is anti-clockwise, and we are applying 2B plus. So therefore the absolute configuration of the center is S.